It's a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Hello, Kate.
Oh, hello, Tony.
Have a good Christmas?
Fine. How about you?
Oh, you know, business before pleasure. May I leave this with you?
Yes, of course.
It's a get-out account. I thought I might as well get it settled, but everything out there's locked and barred.
It's a bank holiday, Tony.
Yeah. Would you see Stan Harvey gets it?
Did you really come all this way on a bleak afternoon just to deal with a routine bill?
No, I thought there was a 50-50 chance of seeing you. Look, I haven't celebrated the festive season yet, and, well, I wondered if we might celebrate it together over dinner tonight, if you're free.
You must have lots of invitations, Tony.
I don't go to parties, Kate, you know that.
Unless it's business.
Unless it's business. What time do you finish?
About 6:30, but I really
I
think...
can read you like a book, Mrs. Hamilton.
Look, Tony, let's not complicate things.
Look, don't think I'm pushing my luck just because I lent you a car, but, I'd rather have dinner with you than with anybody else. If it's got to be anybody else, it's got to be anybody else. Up to you. Fair enough?
Yes, fair enough.
Fine. Shall I pick you up at the cottage or here at 6:30?
Well, I can ring Lucy. No, here's fine, 6:30.
That's one of the things I like about you.
What?
Nice, crisp, clear decisions, no fuss.
I don't follow.
Well, as long as you make the decisions, Mrs. Hamilton, then there's no risk of us misunderstanding each other. I think that's important.
Yes.
Carney?
Oh, hello, Ed. Come in.
Just thought I'd drop round, see how you're both carrying on.
Yeah, just in time.
I've been meaning to come before, but what with one thing and another, you know, the holiday, well, we've been pretty busy.
You will be short-handed and all, eh?
Aye. What sort of a Christmas have you had?
I've known happier.
Aye. I'm not surprised.
Thanks, by the way, for sending that hamper over.
Least we could do. What's that? Where's Benny?
Where he's been ever since it happened. He's over at the hospital, waiting.
She's still not out of the coma, then?
Not a sign.
Hello?
Oh, hello, darling. It's me. Everything all right?
Yes, why?
I just thought I'd see what sort of a day you were having. Have you been out?
No, I'm just watching an old film, that's all.
Did you phone that friend of yours?
Angela? Yes, I did. She asked me over. She's got a dreadful cold. She sounded awful, so I made an excuse and said we had people coming over.
Oh. Look, darling, I'm going to be a little bit late tonight, I'm afraid.
Oh, Mum.
Well, you can manage, can't you?
How late?
Oh, not very. I'm just going out to dinner, that's all.
At the motel?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I've accepted an invitation.
To keep David Hunter company.
No. The invitation came from Tony Moran, actually. Lucy?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we'd been cut off.
Did you? Well, we haven't. I just don't seem to be able to think of anything to say.
Oh. Well, if that's how you feel, perhaps we'd better leave it like that for the moment. Look, if I'm going to be any later than 11, I'll ring you again. All right? Oh, dear.
Trouble?
Lucy.
What's happened?
Oh, nothing very much. Tony Moran asked me to have dinner with him, and I just phoned Lucy to tell her about it, and the conversation ran into a sort of brick wall of silence. Obviously, she doesn't approve.
Well, that settles that then.
Well, does it?
Well, I'm not having you driving out in this weather.
I only heard it about it myself the other night.
Well, then, what's again going on, then?
Well, you know me, full of surprises.
You might have warned us, you know.
It was all a bit sudden.
Say that again. Now, when's it going to be? Easter. Oh, nice. Well, I'm very glad about it. Soup, isn't it, Mum?
Yes, it is.
I think she's still getting over this shock.
Where are you off to?
Oh, it's just something I want to arrange, that's all.
Oh, I'll get it.
Listen, I should be about 2 minutes.
Hello, yes?
You dashing off?
Oh, you'll have a job to get rid of me.
Oh,
Well,
I
can't
shall
it
see you.
wait? All right, I'll come out. Leave the door.
Oh, well, what's that?
Trouble at mill.
I'm very glad. Honestly. Thanks, Jill.
Hello, I'm sorry. Did I keep you waiting?
Not at all. I've ordered you a gin and tonic, all right?
Lovely.
Sit down.
Are we eating here?
Well, yes, unless there's somewhere else you'd rather go.
No, it's just that I wondered about tables and things.
Oh, no, I had a word with the girl behind the bar. That's all right, no problems. Oh, I don't know how you do it.
Do what?
You look so fresh, pert, top form.
Tony, I haven't even changed.
Well, you don't have to. You're a natural.
And you are a flatterer. Did you really do nothing about Christmas this year?
Oh, I bought the usual drinks, you know, for the sake of entertainment. I made merry. Lots of bonhomie. Apart from that, I just mooched around the flat. I put my feet up, read a book, quite enjoyed it.
I don't believe you.
Why not?
Well, it doesn't sound like you.
Well, I know I used to like pulling out all the stops, setting the town alight, but not this Christmas. I think I must be getting old.
And that is what is known as fishing for compliments. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy New Year, Mrs. Hamilton.
Happy New Year, Mr. Moran.
Don't really want to start talking about food yet, do you?
No, not really. But I can't be very late.
Well, you make the decisions, Mrs. Hamilton.
You make me sound like some sort of martinet.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello.
Lucy, what are you doing here? What's the matter? Are you all right?
Yes, I've just locked myself out, that's all.
How?
Well, when I knew you weren't coming home, I decided to go for a walk. There didn't seem much point in me taking my bag.
Yes, but a key is
I
something...
left it on the table when I went to get my coat. I forgot it.
How did you get here? Did you walk?
I started to, and then I got a lift.
Who from?
I don't know. A car stopped, so I got in it.
Lucy!
Well, what else could I do? I didn't have any money.
You could have found a phone box and made a reverse charge call.
I didn't think of that.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello. Can you take me home, please, and let me in?
You locked out?
Well, why else would I be here?
Yes, I'll get my coat. I'm awfully sorry about this, Tony.
No, Kate, you stay put. I'll drive you home, Lucy. You'll have to wait until I'm free. So why don't you go over to the cafeteria and while away the time by having some
I didn't bring my bag.
supper.
I haven't got any money.
You can be my guest, Lucy. I'll ring and tell them you're on your way.
Yes, that's the best idea.
You know your way, don't you?
Yes.
Let me know when you're ready to order. No hurry.
Thanks very much.
You know, then, some of it. It happens. Those things do. I'm sorry, though. Yes, I think we're all that. Oh, well. I just wish that it hadn't come at a time like this for you. No matter. Well, casts a bit of a shadow. No. Oh, well, that's all right, then. It's funny, you know, at that party, that dreadful party, I could sort of see things were going that way for you. You saw before I did, then? Well, I see things. Well, sometimes anyway. I just wish, though, that I'd had a bit more time to bother about you, you know. Run an eye over me. I did that all right. And I approve. I just know I meant to welcome you and make you feel part of us. Yes, I should have found time for that. But, well, you know. Yes. You have talked about exactly, well, what you're taking on. With the one that matters, I have. Brave girl. Don't see it that way. Why not? I love him. Best reason in the world.
Enjoy your supper?
I wasn't feeling very hungry.
No? Well, it passed the time, didn't it? Could we have a little talk, Lucy? Well, if you came over here, we wouldn't have to shout across the room. Not like you to lock yourself out.
No.
I always thought you were particularly careful with things like keys and money.
Yes.
You know, one way and another, your mother has a lot to contend with, Lucy.
Yes, I do know.
One day you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. But just at the moment, I don't think you do. Because if you did, you wouldn't resent the fact that your mother, like the rest of us, is only human.
I don't need you to make excuses for her.
All right, Lucy. You use your words and I'll use mine. To be able to get a little enjoyment out of life, your mother doesn't need excuses from anybody. She's entitled to it. She's also entitled to expect you to show some semblance of understanding about what her life is like.
Have you finished?
You know, you're much more transparent than you think, Lucy. Especially tonight.
You think I locked myself out on purpose?
If you hadn't, you'd have found a phone and used it.
What makes you think you've got the right to interfere in any of this?
A lot of us here are very fond of your mother, Lucy. And I am too.
Hmm.
Funnily enough, I'm also fond of you. Now, on that note, I think it'd be a good idea if I were to drive you home.
No, thank you. But there aren't any buses, and I don't fancy trying to hitch another lift.
Sensible.
So if you could lend me some money, I'll ring for a taxi.
I'll ring the taxi for you.
Thank you. And it'll save bothering anyone else if you let me have your key to the cottage.
You've really thought of everything, haven't you, Lucy?
Yes.
Oh, I am glad you came in. I want to ask you some questions.
Fire away.
Well, you've heard about the divorce action.
Not officially.
What do you mean?
Well, no letters from solicitors.
Oh, well, that's just a matter of time, I think. See, what I want to know is... Well, I'll admit it. I mean, there's no point in messing around, is there?
No.
Well, if I do that, I mean, how's it going to affect custody of Sarah Jane?
It's a bit far ahead, that one.
Yes, I know, but it's important. I want to know because... Well, Stan seems to think that it'll automatically go to him.
No, that's not true.
Sure?
Well, I can't guarantee it. I mean, no one can. Each case is tried on its own merits.
But it's not cut and dried, then?
No.
And the property, the matrimonial home, as I believe it's called, how is that carved up?
I think we can make out a case to have it split down the middle. But why all this now?
I seem to be thinking rather clearly, and I thought while I was, I'd take advantage of it and sort out a few options. Now, what I want to know is, now I've read about this, if they favour the mother having custody, I shall need some concessions, won't I, to put in Stan's way to stop him sort of making trouble.
Like the property?
Like the property. Now, I mean, he can't look after her. I mean, we all know that. So, I mean, perhaps a little disguised bargaining in the background.
What if they decide against you having custody?
Taken away my clear thinking at a stroke.
I'm famous for it.
Yes, I seem to remember.
Sure you won't have a liqueur with your coffee?
Yes, quite sure. Will you excuse me a moment while I just have a quick word with David?
Yeah, fine.
She's gone. She borrowed some money and my key and took a taxi. It was her idea, not mine, but I saw no point in raising objections.
Oh, no, I'm sure you did the right thing. Do you think I ought to phone and...
See if she's safe and well.
Do you think that would be the wrong thing to do?
I don't really know, but I have a feeling the wisest thing might be to ignore it altogether.
Yes, I'm sure you're right. And thank you, David. Excuse me.
Everything all right?
Fine. Black?
Yes, please, always.
Can I help you? Hold on, please. Tony, for you.
Oh, Lord, I knew I shouldn't have told them where I was. Hello? Yes? Well, how the hell did that happen? Yeah, well, that figures. Yes, right. Well, I'll get back as soon as I can. Yeah, okay, do that.
That casino?
Yeah. Food poisoning.
What?
Teresa went out to lunch with her boyfriend. He's just phoned to say that she's in hospital with some kind of allergy.
Teresa?
Yeah, she's the girl who's been doing your job for the last couple of months.
Oh, yes, of course.
Potted shrimps, would you believe it? Oh, Kate, there's nothing for it. I've got to get back. I'm sorry.
Can you cope on your own?
Yeah, I'll manage. David, would you put that all on the account, please? Sure. Now, Kate, say no if you think I'm pushing my luck, but I wonder if you could possibly help me out for a couple of days. Maybe 3, 4. It's just that there's nobody else I can call on at such short notice who knows what the job's all about. I don't feel that you're under any obligation. It's just that you'll be doing me a big, big favour.
Weren't driver's fault, you know. Police have cleared him of all blame. She rode straight out of that avenue without looking.
It's easy enough for them to say that, isn't it? They've only got his word. Maureen hasn't been able to tell her side of it yet.
No, but they can tell, you know, tire marks. They've lots of ways of telling.
I suppose the girl was excited, thinking about the wedding. It's a terrible thing to have happened, Carney. It should have been the happiest day of her life. Instead, she ends up like that in hospital. We wanted to come over to the farm when she's on the mend. It's going to take a long time before she's 100%, and she won't get properly treated, you know, in that wagon of theirs.
No. Well, lad, you're back early. Do you want something to eat?
Well, don't I get a word then?
Hello, Gaffer.
Drove over to see you special. See how you were getting on. I was telling Carney, we thought a lot about you at Christmas. Hoped you'd be over.
Can manage you?
No, of course we understood that. Well, how is Maureen? Any change yet?
Yeah.
Well, now that's the best news I've had.
No, it's not Mr. Carney. She's dead. That tune will always remind me of her. And the times we spent together. Such happy times, the two of us. Everything in my life always went wrong. And then she came along. And I thought my luck was changing. Is this really happening to me, or am I dreaming? Will I wake up tomorrow and find she's still with me and say to myself, Benny, you made it. Love has been good to you. Or will I wake up to find it's always me who has to lose? Always me who people choose to make unhappy. People say when love comes your worries are over. But how can that be true? For me, any road. Where do I go from here? Only time will tell.